Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we have Final Gear for you, a brand new gacha game that just recently came out. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it, and it does some things a little bit different than other gacha games that you might like. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel, you want to stay up to date with the latest in mobile gaming, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So this gacha game has been out just for a few days, I think about a week or so. Take some time to really get used to it and what's going on with it. It does do some things that are quite a bit different. So let's just go ahead. We're going to dive in. Let's take a look at the pilots. Here are the pilots that I currently have right now. So Elizabeth. So let's go into these different pilots, and you can take a look at them here. So their artwork is really good. I like them. And there's a lot to it, actually. There's a lot of stuff. You've got the training, the modify, the skills up there. You can evolve them. You can change their outfits. This is one of those games also where you can build relationships with your characters here. So these are all pilots. I think one cool thing that they do, and we'll see that here in just a minute, is the aesthetics of it. When you change the gear and everything, what that looks like. So we'll show you that here also. So, I mean, you can't really do anything with the pilots. You can't spin them around. There's no 3D version of them. But you can definitely get a feel for, you know, like I said, the aesthetic of this game. So a lot going on here. We're going to go ahead and do some summons as well. But this is a mech type game. And when you upgrade the armor, when you upgrade your heroes, you're upgrading the mechs. And you're actually changing the mechs and how they look. And that's one thing that I think is kind of cool that this game does that I haven't necessarily seen gacha games do. Where as you're upgrading gear, you're seeing that hero change. So let's go ahead to the hangar here. Just take a look at a couple of the mechs. So as you're working through the beginning missions, you'll eventually get this mech right here. But you can change it. So let me go to equip. Let me just show you this here really quick. If I wanted to change this top piece out, well, I don't have a top piece to change out. There we go. Here's like this chest piece. If I want to change it out, I can click on this and hit change, and you can see it change. Look at that. I think it's cool being able to see that and change your armor and have it affect what each one of these heroes looks like. Let's go ahead and change it back because that's not a very good one. So we'll do that. And just with the different types, I mean, look at this. You got that big chainsaw right there. You can go ahead and let's go ahead and check this one out. It's big old, looks like a big old lion head on the chest right there. This one has tracks, and each one of them is a little bit different as far as the type, right? You have snipers, you have bombers, things like that. So if we go into the pilots, you can see that. So right here, you have a bomber. Elizabeth is a bomber. You have a defender, a striker, a sniper, a demolisher down there. So a lot of different characters that you can summon. Now with the summons in this game, I'll show you just a little bit different. It is kind of weird because there's these timed summons in order to get pilots as well. But let's go ahead and check out battle. I'm going to go into a mission here. Here's the map. There's a lot going on these maps too. So that's the one that I have to do. You'll eventually see, like bounties, you'll see dailies, you'll see incident missions, and they're all just a little bit different. There's also some mechanics in the game that I haven't necessarily seen in other gacha games as well. And I don't know, we'll see if this is one of them. So we're going to go in here. You can see eliminate all enemies, no mech breakdowns, clear within 10 minutes. So that's the clear status if you want to go ahead and 3-star. Let's start the mission. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. So here's a map. We're going to deploy right here. And not every mission is like this, but we're going to deploy there. And then we have to, look at this. So we got one enemy over there. We've got one behind us. So that's what the map looks like. Let's go ahead and enter battle. And they're going to try and come over and take my base. They're both going to different bases. I'm going to try and go over here first before they take that base over. It looks like fuel. And then this kind of, there's some similarities with this in some other games that I play. So this is for heroes. You can change who you control individually. Right now I've got it on auto. And as their skill bar is finished, it's that blue bar at the bottom of their health bar. The health bar is the green one. As those skill bars get full, then they'll let loose their ultimate attacks. But you got your snipers and your bombers that hang in back. You've got your defenders that push forward. And I haven't really found a reason to take it off of auto, but we'll do that. Let's do that really quick right here. I'll take it off auto. You got your controls right here. We'll go into that next battle, and then I'll do that full manual. Here we go. Now we're going to want to go down over here. She moves pretty quick, which is good. Let's go out, take them out. Now, with this, you can fire forward, you can fire backward, depending on which way you're facing. You can just hold down on this. If I want to fire to the left, I move the right stick to the left, just like that. And she's melee, so you got to stay close. Don't have any specials come out. Yeah, we do. We got this. Boom. Let's do this. There we go. Took them out. You can swap between the different characters if you like. You can also do some development in this game, which reminds me of another game that I play, and we'll show that here in just a second. Where else are we going? I think I need to go. Do I need to go over there? So I think I need to go here, unless we got. Oh, we got more enemies coming up. That's the problem. Do I own that one? I do. Okay. So let's go here. Cut them off. This one's a pretty involved battle. This is a story battle. We'll go ahead and throw that one on auto. There's her special. And hers. This one's pretty cool. She gets her keyboards out, slashes everybody in that hitbox, which is pretty cool. But this is what combat looks like. Like I said, pretty cool. You can do auto skill down at the bottom also if you want them to just automatically let their ultimates go off as soon as that bar is full. The story's pretty comical as well, so it's pretty interesting. The relationship between the different characters. Here we go. There's hers. Oh, who's that flew in? She's got like a ball and chain there. That was cool. All right. You're going to see a lot of combat in this one because I think we have one more to finish this mission. Right there. They're going after my fuel depot. So let's just get up here. Let's go right here. We'll just let them run right into me. This might be the last one, right? Okay, let's do that. So it's good to have some of your heroes, some of your mechs in the back so they can do a lot of that long range fire, especially when you have enemies that pop up behind you as well. So you definitely want to take a look at the entire battlefield when you're going through this. All right. Wave 2, this is the final wave for this one. After this, we'll take a look at the summon system. We'll do some summons. There's a lot of different things in this game that I think is pretty interesting. I'll show the developing as well. Okay, that should finish us up on this mission. There we go. Done. Did we get a new pilot? No, we didn't. Hangar where you can change and enhance various pieces of equipment. They're going to show us this here real quick. So you get the brace up. All right. Boom. There we go. Made it stronger. All right. So you can enhance your equipment as well. What's the beta? Oh, this is so you can make a second team. You got to get to a certain part in the story in order to unlock those. So you have Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. You can see up there at the top. We're going to try and get out of here. All right, so let's take a look at develop here. Now this is a research thing. So you have refined research lab, you have a normal research lab, and what you're trying to get is different pieces of custom suits. So you go in here, you use these bits right here, these standard bits, which you get as rewards from missions, but you can also dismantle pieces of mech gear that you're not using to get bits as well. And then obviously you're using gold, this stuff right here, this coins, yeah, just straight up gold. And you can say how much you want to, well, we can max out, we can go 5, but let's just, let's see, let's just go to 2, let's hit develop. Those are going to fill my 2 spots up there. I do have additional spots for queuing. It does take a certain amount of time, so after an hour I can come back. I can do an emergency command if I would like, and use the mysterious accelerator so I can finish it quickly. So we'll just take that one. We'll see if it's anything good. That's a blue piece. So this is what we get. We get a sniper rifle. Nothing that I really need. But that's how you can develop some gear. So that's a way to get gear. You also have summons. Now to get to summons here, we're going to go over to recruit over here on the right-hand side. Now this is where summons is a little bit different. We have a special one right over here. We will do this in a second. This is, I'm going to do a 10 recruitment. We'll see if we get anybody good. But this one right here, this is kind of like a timed recruitment. So you use resources in order to recruit pilots, and it takes a certain amount of time. So it took me an hour and a half for this right here. So let's go ahead, see who we get. Here's my my recruitment queue. So I got 2 new pilots there. Let's see who we got. We have a green. I didn't have her yet. And you'll typically get those animations when you don't have a pilot and they're new to your team. So we did that. So we got a green. Let's see what we get here. We get a blue. I don't have her either, obviously. All right, there we go. All right, so now in order to do this, and it took me a minute to kind of figure some of this out because, like I said, this game does some things a little bit differently. We start recruitment here, and then you choose. Right now I only have 2 spots open that I can do this, so I'm just going to go ahead, choose 2. Boom, there we go. Now you do have to choose when you go in here, when you start recruitment, this page right here. Right now I'm in that region. You can go to different regions. There's a few different regions. So here's the Arita region. Here's the Hexel region. So there's some different regions where you can go ahead and do some summons or some of this recruitment from those specific regions. All right, let's do the special recruitment over here. This is going to be a ×10. I have not done this yet. There's 3 different ones. I'm just going to do this one right here. Hit the recruitment ×10. And see what we get. We have 1, I guess those are legendaries, right? You have common, uncommon, some epics, which are your purples and your legendaries. So let's just go ahead, take a look at these. She's new. It tells you the empire that they're from. There's Arita Empire. She's what? She's a shooter. So the regions and stuff, I'm sure, probably come into play a little bit later. Everything else I had, it looks like, except for this one. No team. Super rare. All right, there we go. There's some Ronin bits. Now, those come into play, too. I'll show you that here in just a second. So that's all I have for that. And also now, if I want to do another one, it's 15,000 of that currency down there in the bottom left. Let's go back out. If I want to re-roll that. I guess that was a re-roll, huh? All right, so there we go there. Now, the redeem here, you'll get these Ronin bits, which you can use right here to get pieces of this Ronin Uchigatana. So you got that, the cockpit, the frame, and the mount. So you have that as well as that sequence over there. So you can save those up in order to get these mech pieces. So that's the limited time shop. Is there other ones here you can get? Yeah, so there's Fallen God. There's Aramis. And then this one right here, the part exchange. But that's a different currency. Those are parts. Everything else is using these Ronin pieces, right? Nope. All different currency, it looks like. This is, these are the Ronin parts. Okay, so there we go. We learned a little bit as well. So there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot to this game. They do some things a little bit differently. They change it up a little bit. You get to see the difference as you upgrade your mech, which I think is pretty cool as well. The combat is pretty unique as well. It's not a turn-based. It's more of a real-time. And then you have your ultimates like you would in an idle RPG. So pretty interesting stuff here. Very interested in your thoughts. What do you think of this game? Are you playing it? If so, I'd love to hear your comments. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.